Welcome, Gemini and Gemini cross watchers, to your reading. So thanks for stopping by my channel today. I hope you guys have had a wonderful day. Whoops. So we have the Queen of Wands here for where you're at. Gemini, I'm almost getting a bit of a defiant energy. I feel like there's a situation where someone was under the impression, or some people were under the impression, that you couldn't do something and you did it. And there's this almost kind of like defiant accomplishment sort of energy. I'm not describing that well. Sorry, guys. It feels like there is some element to whatever you've accomplished. It's almost like you use something here, like something that anybody else would have seen as a negative, and you flipped it around and you used it, and it's become a strength for you instead of, a thorn in your side. And there's this, it's almost like there's this look in your eye of determination. I feel like it was already there before this situation, but it's like, but now you know that they know that you can do it. If that makes sense. So I do want to say, it's not like you're, waiting for them to be like, oh yeah, you did it, or that you need anything from them. It's more like, the feeling and the look. I feel like for those of you that I'm connecting to right now, it's like the look that you give them seems to be like that's really all that you need, if that makes sense. So, oops. We have the Three of Wands and the Nine of Swords here. I guess it would be like this. For some of you, this element that should have been a weakness, it may actually have been a person. And not that that person was weak or is a weakness, right? It just feels like there is a situation where you saw somebody get taken advantage of. And it's almost like you may have taken on some sort of situation to kind of to set the situation straight. It's almost like I feel like you saw a situation in the past, and your knee-jerk reaction, it's almost like that you didn't even need to think about it, which is, I feel like not the typical thing for Geminis. I know I'm generalizing, but whatever. And you became karma. You know what I mean? And it's almost like, I feel like it just felt so natural. It was just one foot in front of the other. And I feel like that may be why there's this real sense of pride with being able to, stick it to whoever the doubtful person was, or the cruel person was, because it's like when you give them that look, you know that they know why you did it, and that you knew about what happened in the past. If that makes sense? I hope that makes sense. So what's supporting Gemini right now? King of Cups. I don't know if you were able to see earlier after these cards came out, but the King of Cups was actually at the bottom of the deck. So now it's come out. So it's kind of, pay attention. Not me saying that to you. It's, tarot saying that to me. It feels like there is an energy around you. It could be a person that's around you now. It could be someone that is on their way in. I feel like if they're on their way in, they're coming, but they're not there yet. I mean, obviously that's what that means. That is to say, this person may not be in your 3D realm right now, but their energy is there. It's almost been like this ever-present sort of, I want to say like cloaking energy, if that makes sense. I feel like whoever this is, regardless of whether they are around you right now or not, they seem to be a real source of strength for you. Um, I feel like they seem to be somebody that you don't have to talk to for the two of you to know what the other person is thinking, right? It's like all it takes is a look, where the two of you look at each other and like, it feels like that kind of like a, I hesitate to say this because I don't have the right to say like this person is the divine, the DM or the DF. Um, so please don't take that from this. From what I'm seeing, it feels like a very good like feminine masculine pairing. And I want to stress that doesn't necessarily mean that this Queen of Wands represents someone that identifies as female or vice versa with the King of Cups, okay? It's just talking about the energy. And from what I'm seeing, it feels like it's a really good match of like light and dark energy. It feels like for both of you, I'm not holding those cards very well. For both of you, the other person is a real source of strength for them. Right? It's like if there needs to be like action and movement or almost kind of like a very bold move made, I feel like that's your forte. And this person seems to be someone that like moves in secret. I'm hearing that it's like, I don't feel like this person is somebody that keeps a lot of secrets from the people that are important to them, but it's like nobody is going to be able to kind of bait this person into saying anything that they don't want to say. It doesn't mean that people can do that to you either, but there's something about this person, the King of Cups is that like still water runs deep. And it just kind of has this energy of whatever each of you is lacking, or not lacking, but whatever strengths the other person has is the maybe not most developed. It doesn't even feel like it's a weakness necessarily. It just feels like it's not the typical MO for the other person. Like this King of Cups is capable of doing that bold stuff and that sort of thing, and you are capable of doing that secrecy. But it's almost like when the two of you are together, you can each kind of stay in your own lane, so to speak, because you have the other person to pull on. If that makes sense. I hope this makes sense. We're just going to pull a clarifier here really quick. We get a clarifier on the Queen of Wands. Sorry, I hope that's not too loud for the mic. Please let me know if it is. Oh, wow. So we have the Seven of Pentacles reversed. It just feels like it's stressing that message that I feel like, number one, nobody kind of expected you to be able to do what you did. And I almost want to whisper this. Like, part of me thinks that it turned out even better than you may have expected it to. Right? It's like you set out this intention and you put one foot in front of the other and you just kept going. And I feel like it's almost like on that path, all of these other elements started coming in that helped to push it forward, that helped to kind of expand it as it grew. And it's what I'm hearing from you is when you're kind of looking at that person that thought you couldn't do it, it's almost this energy of, it feels like you're realizing how much power you have to pull in those elements when you set a very clear intention, when you have a very like, this is what's going to happen, right? When all of your energy is funneled in the same direction, it almost feels like, to a certain extent, not that you surprised yourself, but you were surprised at how well the universe or, whatever you see as your higher power, not came to your aid, but how easily things happened this time. It almost is a little bit questionable. It's almost like there's a little voice in your head that, like, when the glory of this achievement has settled down, it's almost like it's a thought in the back of your mind that you're going to come back to, or at least you may feel that way. But I feel like when you actually set the time aside to do that, it's almost like you just kind of sit there in awe of how it happened in a really good way. Whoops. So what is going to be what's on up top? So we have the Temperance card, which of course, and this card came out several times in the pre-shuffle. So the Temperance card, of course, is the Saggy card, right? And that's the opposite on the astrological wheel for you. It's almost like things have been working out in a way that makes your skin, like your hair, stand up on end, your skin a little bit prickly, not in a fear way, but in a sending chills down your spine because of the synchronicity of it all. It almost makes you question if there is a higher being that's kind of directing your movements. It feels like there is, hold on for a second. It feels that what I'm picking up from you is that you feel very protected. And to a certain extent, you do feel like guided. And it seems that it's almost the energy of like, you're that person that when people see them walk down the street, it's almost like, why the heck is that person so happy? What are they doing that they have that shine about them that I'm not doing? And it's like, people might look at you like, oh, you're privileged, you're lucky, or blah, 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 blah. And maybe there is a bit of luck involved with the Saggy card there, but it's not, it doesn't feel that way to you. And from what I'm seeing, it's not all luck. It's almost that energy of, maybe there was a certain amount of luck involved, but you still had to do all the work to get there. If that makes sense. For example, if like a professional athlete, right? Let's say in the NBA. And so we see them, I'm like, wow, they're making so much money, and they're famous and whatever, and they're so lucky, they have such a great life. I'm generalizing here. And sometimes it's difficult for people to remember that actually that person put in hours and hours and hours and had to live and breathe that sport to get to where they were. If that makes sense. So I feel like that might be what people are. And what I really love about your energy is because it wasn't luck, there's a different confidence that's coming off of you. If it was all luck, there would be a certain element of feeling like, okay, well, is this something that I can hold on to? Will it be, are things going to go south down the road or whatever? There's nothing like that coming off of you. It feels more that it's because you know what it took to get here. I feel like, number one, you can read people very well. And number two, you know that if you had to, you could build it all again. So it's like, it's neither here nor there. If this particular situation goes that or this way or whatever. Because it's not about like, oh, the whole world just came together to do this for Gemini. It's Gemini got the ball rolling and pushed it through. And then these little bits came along the way to help. So what's coming up for Gemini? Okay. So we have the Ace of Wands with the Nine of Pentacles at the bottom of the deck. The Ace of Wands always talks about kind of this passionate or passion-based new beginning. The aces are all about potential, right? That potential obviously has to be um, taken up on. That's not the right way to say that. You have to grasp that opportunity. Sure, we'll go with that. You know what I mean. Um, that opportunity has to be taken advantage of in order for it to be fruitful. And I feel like there is something that is coming your way that, as big as it may only be in your peripheral vision if you continue to be focused on the fact that you were able to stick it to that person so well. Um, so I think we're going to pull a card about this Ace of Wands. So we have the Fool at the bottom of the deck, another card of beginning, right? We have the Five of Cups and the Ace of Cups. So okay. The Five of Cups usually talks about like loss, regret, that sort of thing. And the Ace of Cups is the opportunity for new love. But having them both reversed, I feel like some of you, this may not resonate for all of you, some of you may have kind of sworn off love. And for some of you, this offer may be contingent upon a romantic sort of situation. And it actually feels like it may be something that you want. It just feels like it's not a want that you're in touch with right now, if that makes sense, right? It's like, let's say, for example, you're focused on your career or school or what have you. Maybe you want the kind of connection that's coming in, but it's not something that you're focused on achieving right now. So I'm just going to sit with the cards for a second. 1 minute, Gemini. If I sit too long, I'll pause the video and start it again. 1 second. I feel like whatever this offer that's coming in, and I was feeling like this before these two cards even came out, I'm not so sure that this person believes, like once they kind of come in and there's this opportunity here, it's possible that this person may see you as somebody that doesn't need what they have because you already have it. That may be why it kind of stays on the peripheral instead of like coming right up in front of your face. It's almost like here you have this, hold on. You have this staff here, right? That's, nearly as tall as you are. And this person has a staff that would probably be like about that big, right? So it's almost like this opportunity kind of comes bursting forth, almost like really excited to offer it to you, coming in and realizing like, oh, wait a second. You know what I mean? It's like whatever has been built in order for this offer to be made, it feels to this person or this element that it wasn't enough to add value to bring enough value to the table for you. Hold on for a second. I think we're going to pull another card on this Ace of Wands. Whoops. Four of Swords with the Knight of Pentacles. So those are both swords. They're both cards of delay, holding back. The the Knight of Pentacles is an energy of, it's the only knight that has a horse that's not moving, right? So I feel like there is a lot of insecurity swirling around this Ace of Wands person about what they have to offer. I feel like maybe even before they come in, before they see the difference in the size of the staffs that you have, it feels like there was a bit of insecurity coming off of them anyway. I don't believe that insecurity is internal. I feel like that was kind of put on them by sources, maybe people around them. I do feel that this person compares themselves to someone. Hold on. There's someone that this person uses as a measuring stick for success, and it feels like part of them had that insecurity, and I feel like the other part of them genuinely felt this would work out. This would be the right time. Um, and it's almost like it makes them kind of want to shrink back into this cloud that they emerged from. You know what I mean? It's one of those things where it's like you say something or you do something while you're out that like you're washing the dishes or something later, and you think about it and you're like, oh my God, I can't believe I said that. I feel like that's kind of what's going on with this person. They seem to feel that it's almost like they can't believe, hold on, that they let someone encourage them to come in before they were probably ready. I do want to say that this person or offer opportunity does seem interesting to you. It does feel like you kind of want to hear them out. If for no other reason, then like it's almost like you want to see them like in their presentation of the opportunity. You want to see them squirm a little bit, not in a like oppressive, negative, crappy way, okay? It doesn't feel like it's that. It's more hold on for a second. It's almost like it's giving this person an opportunity to get through a sentence. You know what I mean? They may be somebody that people cut off a lot, or like they're not really given center stage and allowed to speak. And I feel like it's like even if you don't take this person up on the opportunity, it's almost like in you allowing this person that opportunity to speak, you are already proving that what happened in the past, that you set karma, like you were karma for that person, you're already showing that with the power that you've been given by this accomplishment, that you are not at all like that other person. So I think I'll leave it there, Gemini. If this reading resonated, please like, comment, subscribe. I will have the October 2023 readings coming out next week, so please keep an eye out for those if you're so inclined. And we'll see you on the next one. Much love. Bye.